Well, we're going to dive into mobile applications, some of my personal favorite mobile applications. You know, when I look at what applications to use, because there are literally hundreds of on your mobile devices. One of the things I really pay attention to and really think about is how is this going to help my business? You know, what's the practical use of this application? And you know, it's funny because I'm not a real estate agent. I've never sold real estate before. But this past year, I've been traveling a lot on the Agent Reboot Tour, going to all different cities. And I've had to make a transition from using my mobile phone, from just using email and using my text messaging to being able to do all the really important things you need to do to run a business. You know, staying in contact with those people that matter most to your business, managing your documents, accessing your documents, responding and reacting to the conversations happening online through social media, being able to market your business from your mobile device, right? All of this is possible, but we need to change our mindset. Right? We need to begin to think about how we can embrace this device and think of it as much more of a real computer, right, than just simply a phone, right? So for me today, I want to break up the mobile apps into, I refer to them as buckets, and my friend Chris Smith and I have lots of conversations about this, organizing the apps into buckets so you know, okay, these are my content curation tools, these are my social media management tools, these are my educational tools, and we're going to go into each one of these individually, and I'm going to share with you specifically how I use it and how you can use it for your mobile device. So before we dive in, a few things. We had a couple questions that I want to address right away. Jeanette asked, are we going to be covering Android apps as well? Jeanette, yes, I will be mentioning if the app is available for the Android as I'm going through here. So we will be covering that. And I will be also mentioning it's available for the BlackBerry. Now, some of these applications will be web apps as well, so you can access them from the web, from a browser, so it doesn't make a difference what type of mobile device you have. As long as you have internet access, you can access devices. So rather than using slides here, guys, I wanted to actually give you a preview of the apps live. So let's hope this works, because bug out on us, but you guys should be able to see my iPhone now on the screen. I'm going to move my face over and poke the iPhone here. And Russ, if you're still on the line, or if everyone's on the line here, can you just drop in the chat box that you can see my iPhone? Just confirm that. Okay, great. Great. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Okay, so let's pull up the first app I want to bring up here is going to be Zeit. This is a content curation app. Now, my good friend Matthew Shedd-Bolt, who's going to be on the call later on today, he first introduced me to this application. It was like in October of this past year, and or last year, excuse me. And my immediate thought when I saw this application was, what is the difference between Zeit, and that's spelled Z-I-T-E, the difference between Zeit and like the other content curation tools out there like Flipboard. And one of the things that really stood out to me about this is that applications like Flipboard, what they do is they take all of the activity and all the connections you have on social media, and they pull it into an application so you can read the conversations in a sort of different format. But the problem with this is that the content you're getting is typically like very noisy, right? It's just your social media conversations. So it's not for me. It was just like pulling in my Facebook feed, and it was just too much noise. What Zeit does is, rather than organizing the stories and the content, and I'm going to pull up it here, rather than organizing the content by source, they organize it by categories. So you can see here, I can pull up in my top navigation, graphic design, or entrepreneurship, or programming, or social media. And what's happening here as it's reloading is pulling in some of the top stories from all different types of sources. Okay? So from a content curation standpoint, one of the challenges that we run into is that we get into a routine where we're only getting information from the same sources all the time. Zeit helps you discover new content. It helps you discover new sources. And what you can do when you click through an article, right, you can see here, I can read the article. I can also vote up or vote down, so it gets smarter the more I use it. I can actually click on the share button. I can post it directly to Facebook. I can post it directly to Twitter. I can share it on Instapaper to get it offline, right? I can email it. I can do all these things to curate and share this content. I can do this from my mobile device. So to put it in a practical standpoint, social media is about curating interesting content. It's about finding things that are worth sharing and worth talking about. Zeit helps you do that. It is available, looking at my notes here, it is available for the iPhone and the Android. It is obviously available for the iPad as well. So it is available for you Android users. It just came out. Awesome application. The next app I want to share with you, and I'm going to go fast here, guys, and I'll provide you a list at the end of this. So if I'm going too fast, don't worry. I'll give you the list at the end of the session. I'll tell you how you can get that. The next app I want to share with you, again, I'm going to give credit to Matthew Shadbolt for sharing this one with me. It's called The Fancy, which is actually just Fancy the app. Now, what I love about this application is that it's just absolutely amazing photographs that are worth sharing. Now, you're looking at products, but if I can go into Browse the categories on the right-hand side here, I'm going to click on Browse, and you can see I can find things like architecture, right? And you'll see I'll find beautiful architecture of this guy with this little cube here, or a person in a hammock, or if I keep scrolling down here, a beautiful modern kitchen, or a beautiful, like, looks like a jacuzzi here. So the idea is to take these photos, right? Grab these photos, email them to yourself, share these online, and post it to Facebook to get people to engage with you. It's a great tool. It's a great application that I use that's a lot more focused on photos than it is articles. So what you want to begin to think about is you have your Facebook profile, you have your Twitter profile, right? You want to share interesting content, but you don't want to always just share links. You want to use photos because photos are much, much more engaging. So Fancy helps you do that. It's available on the iPhone, Android. It's also a web app. So you can go to thefancy.com and you can actually access this from your laptop or your desktop computer. It's a fantastic application, and I recommend you guys download this. So next in our applications, I want to talk about social media management. Now, many of us here on the call, and we can poll the audience here, guys, how many of you have a Facebook page right now? And I'm going to check the questions here as it's coming in. Okay. Yep. Wow, okay. So a lot of the audience is yes, 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 we have Facebook pages. Okay, great. So what people try to do right now, guys, with their Facebook profiles is they try to manage their page from the Facebook application, right? And the Facebook application is a terrible place to use to manage your Facebook page. It just doesn't really work that well. It's slow to load. Facebook introduced a new application called Pages Manager, and it's right here on my screen. I'm going to pull it up for us. It allows me to manage my page as well as other pages that I manage directly from my mobile device. It's dedicated to managing only your Facebook business page. So I can write a post, I can share a photo, I can look at the analytics here. If I scroll down, I can see some of my insights on the page here. I can go through, I can look at my messages. It's a really slimmed down version of Facebook that's only only use is for Facebook business page management. So here's a scenario that I want to walk you through. Let's say you get up in the morning, right? You grab a photo from the Fancy, you this page, and then you're off. You're off for the rest of the day. You're meeting clients, you're showing houses, you're at a networking event. Well, if people are commenting or interacting with you online, right, you want to be able to respond. So having the Facebook Pages mobile application allows you to do just that. It allows you to respond to people on the fly, on the road, when you're mobile. And it's a fantastic application. It's a must, in my opinion, to install. The next Facebook application I want to share with you is Facebook Messenger. Again, this is a slimmed down version of Facebook that's available, that's only purpose is to send and receive Facebook messages, right? Really, really important. So we monitor our email, we monitor our text messages. I want you to begin to think about monitoring your Facebook messages, because consumers, they're going to communicate to you guys, however they see fit. If they're connected to you on Facebook, they're just going to send you a message, right? And just like it's important to respond to a phone call, important to respond to a text message, important to respond to an email fast, it's important to respond to a Facebook message fast. And what Facebook Messenger allows you to do is just that, right? I can come in here, I can compose a message, and I can send to multiple people here. It's a really, really simple application. And you can see here, I can just come and say, hi, Ross, and I can go ahead and send that. And there we go, right from my mobile device. It's slimmed down, it's slick. It's something that I really recommend, that you guys install on your mobile devices right now. It is available for the Android, it is available for the iPhone, and it is available, surprisingly, for the BlackBerry. It is available for the BlackBerry. So the next application here that I want to show to you is managing your social media profiles. My favorite, I'm not going to dive too much into this, is Hootsuite. If you're not using Hootsuite, just to manage your Twitter profile, I really, really recommend that you do so. It's a fantastic application. You can see here, I can see my streams. So I can anybody who's mentioning me on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, my Twitter name is @JimmyMackin, so you can mention me here, and I'll be able to be notified. Hootsuite, some people use it to manage their other social media profiles, like their Facebook page or their Facebook personal profile. I actually don't recommend doing that. I recommend using Hootsuite really primarily for Twitter, and I recommend using Facebook for your Facebook management. I recommend using Facebook application to manage your Facebook profile, the Facebook Pages application to manage your Facebook page. So Hootsuite, great application. You guys should definitely install it. Next on my list here, and I'm going fast, guys, because I have like 20 apps. I couldn't really trim it down to 10, so I'm going to go through these really quickly. But again, I just try to give you a high-level overview of the ones I love. LinkedIn redesigned their application. Check it out. Give it a second look. They pulled out the ability to syndicate tweets to it, so it's becoming a lot more clean, a lot more relevant. So again, people do use LinkedIn. They do check out your profile on LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that even if you're not actively using LinkedIn, that you're there, that you have the application, that you can respond to people if they're sending you LinkedIn messages. So check out the LinkedIn application. The next application here, which is actually one of the coolest ones I've seen in a long time, is something called Brewster. Now, many people right now are afraid to kind of reach out and pick up the phone and call people because you may not know what to talk about, right? You don't want to cold call people. You don't want to just simply reach out and just shoot the breeze, because they'll know that you're just sort of filling the void. So what you can do is you can download an application called Brewster, and that's spelled BREWSTER. And what it's going to do here is going to provide you sort of a rich insight or rich look at all the information that's available for this person. So I'm going to pull up Chris Smith as an example here. So I can look at his basic information, where he went to school, our mutual connections, his phone number, his Facebook profile, his Twitter profile, his LinkedIn profile, right? I can click through and see these things, and I can also see all the other connections that him and I share, right, on Facebook. And it's just an awesome application. It's really, really slick. You can call, you can email, you can text directly from this application, but it's one of the best tools that I've seen come out that pull in people's Twitter profiles, pull in your email contacts and your phone contacts, in your Facebook contacts. It pulls it onto one simple design, one simple user interface, and it makes that information easily accessible to you. So if you're looking to have a contact system that's a lot more rich and deep than just a phone number and a name, check out Brewster. It's one of my favorite new tools available. It is available for the iPhone, and I haven't seen if it's available for the Android yet, but if it's not, it certainly should be coming out very, very soon because it's a super popular application. So that's my social media management tools: Facebook Pages Manager, Facebook Messenger, Hootsuite, and Brewster. Those are all must-have applications to manage your social media presence online. Next, I want to talk about some of the educational tools that I use that I really love, that I can't live without. One of my favorite tools is Audible. I'm not sure how many people here are Audible users, but Audible is awesome, and it's available for all devices, including available online. It's an awesome application if you're trying to get education on audiobooks, marketing books, tips on social media, tips on anything about life, how to run your business. Audible is just absolutely fantastic. So you can see my Audible library here, and I listen to books. I listen to a lot of books. I absolutely love it. And it comes with subscriptions, like $15 a month to download one free book. But from an educational standpoint, right, if you're going to fill that void throughout your day waiting for people and you have nothing to do online, you can download an Audible application to listen to audiobooks and catch some of your favorite books that you want to listen to and actually you don't have time to read. So Audible is one of my favorite educational apps for you guys to check out. The next one is called Lynda.com. That's Lynda.com. Now, we provide social media training on Frugal.com. on topics like Evernote and Google Docs, Facebook and Twitter. Really an awesome library you guys should check out. But Lynda.com is a mobile version, right, or that you can actually access it from your mobile devices. So you can pull it up here, and you can see I'm learning a little bit about Objective-C, which is the language in which you write iPhone and iPad applications, any Mac OS application. But you can see here they have so many training tutorials on Lynda.com, like things on Photoshop, on things on photography, just general website, WordPress tips. Just an amazing application, an amazing library here of all the different types of categories you can learn from here. Business design, 3D animation, it's absolutely amazing. So from an educational standpoint, I want you to begin to think about using Lynda.com to get some online training from your mobile device. So that's how you use your iPhone, right, to continue to commit yourself to lifelong learning. Check out Audible, check out Lynda.com, both really great applications. The next application I'm going to dive into, the next category I'm going to dive into is something I refer to just as general productivity applications. Okay, so these are applications that I use, that I love, that I want to share with you. Now the first one is actually one I actually don't use, but I think every real estate agent should use, something called CamScanner. Okay, it allows you to scan a piece of paper, and I'll grab my passport because I have it right here with me. It allows you to scan documents with your mobile phone using the camera and actually convert it over to a PDF file that you can then share to Dropbox, you can email to yourself, you can email to somebody else. No longer do you have to get to a computer, to an office to scan something. You can actually use your mobile device to do just that. Some other versions I want you to write down, guys, something called TurboScan. Check out TurboScan. This is a premium application. Also check out Genius Scan, right? Both of these, all three of these applications do the same thing. So I'll just demo this real quick for you here. I'm going to take a picture. I'll grab a picture of my passport here, and I can snap the photo, and it's going to load the image here, and I'm going to be able to convert this, right? You can do some editing to it. It's going to see it zoom in on the passport. I can adjust the brightness, right, the contrast. I'm going to save the image, right? And I'm going to go ahead and click on the you can actually see the iPhone, so I don't need to do that. I'm going to go ahead and click on the PDF button here, right? And then I'm going to look at the PDF preview, PDF actions, and I'm going to go ahead and email this, right? And I can email this to myself in a PDF document. So this is a really practical application. Check it out. This version is called CamScanner. They also have TurboScan and Genius Scan. But it's a way for you to, again, manage the documents that are important to your business from your mobile devices, right? If you want to scan something, send it over to somebody to get signed, you can do that from your mobile phone, okay? The next application I want to share with you is a productivity app called AnyDo. Now, there are a lot of task management tools out there, a lot. There's just a ton. The reason I like AnyDo as one of my personal favorites is because it does work across all different devices, and it also has a Chrome extension that allows you to actually embed it into your browser, right, as like a Chrome tool, so you can access it from your browser window. And I'm pointing. I have a second monitor here, so I'm pointing to my browser. You can actually assign yourself tasks through your browser, and it syncs up across all different devices. It's incredibly simple. So I'm demoing it now for you. You can see here, just by simply dragging and releasing, right? This is going to actually, hold on a second here, guys. There we go. So simply by dragging and releasing, it's going to prompt me to actually write a task. So I'm just going to write test, and I'm going to hit go, and there we go. And I misspelled test, but you get the point. It's available right there. That's my task. It syncs across my browser as well. It's really cool. So here's the thing: if I complete the task, I can just simply swipe right to left and cross it out. So what I want you to begin to think about is any type of application you use. You don't want the information only to be available on your mobile device. You want your information to be available, on your computer, on your laptop, or on your iPad, right? You want your information to be available everywhere. So using applications that sync with the cloud, that sync across all different devices is really important. And AnyDo does just that, and it's one of my favorite task manager applications. So next, I want to share with you a really, really cool application just came out. And I'm not sure if you're going to use this one, to be honest. But you may. If you are walking around and texting a lot, there's a new application called Text and Walk. Now, this is not Text and Drive. This is Text and Walk. So you can see here, it uses my camera on my phone and actually projects what my camera's seeing on my phone. So I actually can write a text message here as I'm doing this webinar. I can write a text message while seeing in front of me, right? I think we've all seen that video where that the woman is walking in the mall and she falls into the fountain, right? This app, I think, that came out shortly there on after. So that it's Text and Walk, and it's available for the iPhone. There's a one available for the Android. It's called Walk and Text. So it just reverses it, but it is available for the Android. A really kind of fun application. It's worth checking out. And again, if you text and walk a lot, try it out. It's a cool application. The next application I want to share with you is something called Skype. We all probably use Skype. If you don't use Skype, then you definitely should check it out. Many people actually don't know this, and some of you on the call, I'm sure you do, but many people don't know that you actually can call people from your Skype mobile app. So I can pull up Skype here, and I can actually call people directly from my Skype app that are part of my Skype contacts. I can also make outbound calls if I have a Skype membership, okay? So if you're trying to keep your minutes down and you want to just make some outbound calls, you can use Skype on your mobile device to do just that. So absolutely install Skype. It's one of my essential applications. I really recommend checking it out. Now, the next application under just general productivity, and this one's more of a safety application. It's not necessarily a productivity application. It's something called Guardly. Now, I know there's been a lot of issues I've read about through, in the news and Agent Genius past year, and some issues that, real estate agents have in regards to safety when they're showing a house and they're like the only person there. Guardly is a safety application that allows you to actually immediately alert, and I'm going to cancel it as it's doing it here, immediately alert your friends and family and authorities if you're in imminent danger, okay? So hopefully you'll never have to use this application, right? But if you do, this is one of the best applications for safety. It's called Guardly. It's available for all different devices. And what happens, what's different about this, is it actually provides location information to the people that you're alerting, right? So if you alert, you set your contacts, like my close family members, my friends. When I send them a Guardly alert, it tells them where I am. I use the GPS on my phone to tell them where I am, and it also can alert authorities. So I recommend it for anybody who's a real estate agent who's traveling around. You never want to use this application, but if you have to, you want to make sure you have it available to you. So definitely check it out. It's one of my top recommended safety applications, and it's definitely worth installing for every real estate agent. Now, the next application I want to talk to you about, and I'm going to pull up my iPad here because I think many people are, have an MLS that is just not Mac compatible, right? My sister, Sarah, just got her real estate license. She's joining a real estate office here in the local area. And the first thing they said to her is, well, you're going to have to get a PC because, our MLS is not Mac compatible. And some of the office tools are not Mac compatible. And, I personally have made the transition from PC to Mac. And, say what you want about Macs. They're just really unbelievable machines, and then everything just works, right? So if you have an iPad, iPhone, having a MacBook Air, everything just works really, really well. But there is some limitations, like being able to access your MLS. So one really cool application that everybody should install right now is something called OnLive Desktop. It's called OnLive Desktop. So let me pull it up for you, and I want to show you this because I think it's really, really interesting. It's worth checking out here. So I'm going to mirror, and I'm going to move my iPhone here out of the way. So now you should be looking at my iPad. And let's see here. Now you guys can all see my iPad, right? Just drop in the question box that you can see it. Awesome, great, thanks guys. Okay, so OnLive Desktop allows you to access Internet Explorer. It allows you to access Microsoft documents directly from your iPad. So I'm going to go and click on my SMM folder. I'm going to pull up OnLive Desktop. And what you're going to see here, I'm going to go ahead and log in. And as it's logging in for me here, and I'm actually going to zoom in on this so you guys can see it. a little bit better. And as this is logging in, you know, the thing that you want to be thinking about is this isn't necessarily a replacement of, oh, hold on a second here, guys. So I think we will not be able to stream OnLive Desktop live on the webinar. But what it's going to look like is when you actually log into it, and I'll try one more time for us here. What you're going to be, when you actually log into it, and I'm going to disconnect my other mobile device here. When you log into it, it's going to look like a you know, your normal Windows operating system. You're going to see Internet Explorer. You're going to see you know, Microsoft documents. You can edit and access all of this information directly from your iPad. So if your MLS is only compatible with Internet Explorer, it's not compatible with Safari, it's not compatible with Mac in general, you can use OnLive Desktop to actually access that information. To get a subscription to this, it's really cheap. It's like $5 a month. So it's really, really affordable. So this could be, I wouldn't consider it to be an alternative for Parallels, but it's certainly something you guys will worth checking out that can supplement that. So if you need to access information from your mobile device, from your tablet, OnLive Desktop is absolutely an application that's worth checking out, worth installing. So, and I'll share the link to you guys, and we got a lot of questions coming in here. I'll share the link to OnLive Desktop for you guys to check it out after the session here. So next, I want to talk about some of the document management tools, right? You're able to scan documents from your iPhone, but now can you access documents from your iPhone? Well, one of the cool applications that are available to you that I think everyone should install, this is a go-to application, it's called Dropbox. You know, being able to access your files anywhere from any device is absolutely essential for a real estate agent's perspective. So Dropbox allows you to do that. I'm not going to dive too much in there because I'm sure a lot of you are aware of it. But if you're not aware of Dropbox, you haven't tried it out, or you've tried it out in the past and you just haven't used it yet, check out Dropbox. It's an absolutely amazing document management and document sharing tool. The next application for document management is Google Drive. Now, the reason I'm suggesting Google Drive and Dropbox is because I use Google Drive to actually do a lot of editing to the documents that I have, right? So if I'm sharing a document with my colleagues on Frugal, I want to be able to share and edit and change the document from my mobile device, and Google Drive does just that. So the way to look at Google Drive versus Dropbox is Dropbox is a document storage and document sharing tool. Google Drive does both those things, but it also allows you to edit documents and collaborate and have a collaboration with other people that are actually using that document. So Google Drive sort of fills that third void that you need to be able to really be able to manage documents. Store them, share them, and edit them, right? And that's through collaboration through Google Drive. So check out Google Drive. I would be remiss if I did not mention my friends at Cartavy. Cartavy, and Gary and Christina will talk a lot more about this because they actually use the application. But Cartavy is one of the best document management, document collaboration tools that exist for real estate agents. It's spelled C-A-R-T-A-V-I, Cartavy, right? I think it's like Italian for writing. I always get that wrong. Sorry, Paul and Glenn, if you're listening. But it's an absolutely amazing tool. It allows you to manage all the documents through transaction rooms. And again, I think Christina and Gary will dive into it, so I won't talk more about it. So the last applications I want to share with you guys here are, and I'm going to pull up my screen so you can see this, another application created from the guys at DreamWorks, the guys who work on these amazing movies, DreamWorks. They created an application called Pitch. Now what Pitch is, it's about storytelling through your videos you create in your mobile device. And I'm going to pull this over here for you, and I'm going to pull up a pitch. This was created by my good friend, Kendall Young. And hopefully this loads for us pretty quickly. So I'm going to pause it right here. Taking something as seemingly, frankly boring as a home inspection, right? And turning that into a video with sound and with text overlays, and these are just screenshots, right? Of she's just grabbing of actual images, excuse me, that she's grabbing and she's making into a photo or a video through Pitch is really pretty amazing. So Pitch is available for the iPhone. Check it out. And if you're thinking about coming up with creative ways to create content through your mobile device, right? Check out Pitch. It's just really, really cool. It's a new application, and it's worth checking out, and it's worth looking at if you're going to be thinking about creating videos and you're just getting started in that field. The next application I want to talk about, and these are my last few here, there's an application that's actually not out yet. It's called Contactually. Now, Contactually is available, and I'm going to drop I'll pull up their website so you can see this. So Contactually is actually a website, like a CRM that allows you to manage your contacts. And what's interesting and worth mentioning about this tool is that it actually makes the process of having actionable to-dos, actionable items, incredibly simple. So it basically tells me, oh, here are the people in your database, right? And you're able to organize them into buckets, just like Google Circles. It tells me, hey, these are the people you should be following up with, just 5 people a day. So from a relationship management standpoint, Contactually allows you to do just that, and it's really, really, really simple. Having 5 people just to shoot an email to, is very actionable. It's very doable for the average real estate agent. So if you're struggling to stay in contact with your database, if you're struggling to stay in contact with the people that matter most to your business, check out Contactually. Their iPhone and soon to be there on after Android application is going to be hitting the market really soon. And I want you guys to jump on that as soon as possible because it's going to allow you to stay in contact with your sphere from your mobile devices. So check out Contactually. The next application is something a little bit more abstract that I want to talk about. It's something called sticky albums. Now, what I really like about mobile marketing is the opportunity for us to to connect with consumers on their mobile devices. Ross gave you some of the stats earlier, how much agents are using or how much consumers are using mobile devices. It's absolutely extraordinary. Now, what photographers have been doing for a long time, my girlfriend's a photographer, what they've been doing for a long time is using an application called sticky albums. And what they do is they take, say, a bride's wedding album, okay, they upload all the photos to sticky album, and they give them this custom branded application they can have on their mobile device. So if I pull it up here, you see on the bottom of my screen, custom icon called Sample House, and you can customize the home screen on sticky albums. It works across any mobile device because it's something they use responsive design to design this, right? And what you'll see when it actually loads up here is you'll see you can have branding at the top of it, my phone number, the ability to share my contact information. These are just generic pictures, but you can have pictures of a house. So if you think about, you can think about this in 2 different ways, right? If you've just listed a property, okay, you can take the listing photos of the property, assuming they're great photos, right? Take the listing photos, upload it to sticky albums, send a link to have your client download the album, and tell your client when they're out and about, hey, make sure you're sharing this and showing this to all your friends, right? Because they probably know someone who can actually buy, who may buy their house, okay? And they can actually share the application in the photo album with your branding to their friends, who then could share to their friends. So photographers have been using this for a very long time. It's a very cool application. It can help you channel your client's mobile device to market your listings. Additionally, and one more idea is the ability to potentially share with them after they've closed, after they've bought a property, right? Having beautiful shots of the home they just bought, whether it's a first house or vacation house, being able to show that to their friends, to their family members, to the people in their office, right? And having your name, your information available to anybody who's looking is an absolutely amazing way to generate more buzz, leveraging your client's mobile device. I hope you guys like that idea. I hope you take advantage of it. It's a bit pricey. It's like $50 a year for this application. But I think being able to tap into your client's mobile device and have some kind of permanent branding is really, really cool. I think right now in the past we've been thinking about magnets on the refrigerator. Well, now you have a magnet on their mobile device. It's called Sticky Albums, so check out. Last application, and I just want to answer one question here, guys, because we had a question from one of the members here that I didn't get to, that one of the attendees just asked, what about creating an application for my website? There's an application called WP Touch, where it's plugging optimize your website for a mobile device, right? So I checked that one out. But the big thing here, guys, is to think about, and this is going to be the closing before I talk about the giveaway today, is I want you to begin to ask yourself, are you mobile, right? Do you have the ability to curate interesting content from your mobile devices? Do you have the ability to connect with people, maintain and build strong relationships with people from your mobile devices? Do you have the ability to access all the important documents, right, that matter most to your business? Access and share from your mobile devices. Can people find you through their mobile devices? Is your website optimized for mobile devices, right? Is your email marketing campaigns optimized for mobile devices? These are incredibly important things that I want you to begin to think about, because this device is a lot more than something you just check your emails and check your text messages. You can literally run, manage, and market your business from this device. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I want to dive in, and Ross, you can jump back on here. I want to dive into today's giveaway. A lot of the applications I've mentioned are on our new website called frugal.com, and I'll pull it up here. This website is available for any of you guys to access. It's free to access. We have a premium membership available, but if you want to come here and you want to rate and review products, I'm going to just drag and drop it here so you can see the screen here. Right? You can come in here, you can find products and services organized by category that can actually be rated and reviewed by your peers. This is something I've been extremely passionate about for some time now. Many of you maybe follow me in the other groups I've created. Frugal.com now allows you to do just that. So you can see here, I can check out iPhone applications, iPad applications, some of the ones I've mentioned, some of the ones I didn't mention, all available, all organized on our website, all available to be rated and reviewed. So what we're doing for today as a giveaway, and I'll answer any questions I guess at the end here, but what we're doing as a giveaway is the first 50 people to come to frugal.com, and again, it's free, come to frugal.com to find a product and service and rate and review it, will receive a free 30-day trial to one of our top marketing tools, Happy Grasshopper. So all you need to do is go to frugal.com, rate and review a product you use. Again, it doesn't need to be a good review, your honest feedback of a product you use, and we're going to give you a free trial to check out happygrasshopper.com. It's one of the best marketing tools that our customers absolutely love, and we're going to be giving away as today's giveaway. So again, frugal.com is where you go to actually rate and review. Ross, are you back on with me now?
I'm right back on, Jimmy. That's huge, man.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and again, we have a lot of questions coming in, guys, and I'll be for you guys as well. So we'll be sending that out to everyone, so you didn't have to write down all these applications I covered today.
All right, Jimmy, that's absolutely huge. I appreciate that. So, guys, yeah, jump across to frugal.com. All the stuff you're speaking about is up there. You can review it. You can see what everybody else thinks. These are honest, open reviews. I think it's a great idea, and Jimmy and Michael have just put together an absolutely fantastic program there. So you go take a look at that. Frugal, F-R-U-G-Y-L. Let me just pull that up quickly for you, Jimmy. And it's right there. All right, Jimmy, thanks very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ross.